Today is December the 11th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter and I am your host. This is a show where we share inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today, I have, you could say, a sister from another mother kind of situation going on. Someone that is a service hero, someone that I've been working with for the last couple of years, someone that actually in the last few days has been helping me in tremendous ways, showing me true service and being truly a hero. When you need them, there's those people that show up and they know when to just check in and say, how you doing? And do it with a smile, maybe even a giggle or two. And that's exactly what Dr. Sony Jackson has been doing for me. She has been there for me in so many different ways, and not only for myself, but in essence for the community in which I serve and the Service Heroes show in truth too. So I want to say welcome, Dr. Sony Jackson, to the show today.
Thank you so much, Tamara. It is an honor. I am surprised and delighted to be a service hero. And truthfully, you are somebody who just inspires me. And it is so easy. Just, I don't know, we have such a connection that I'm like, I think I need to call Tamara today. And then you're like, I haven't slept for 36 hours. And I go to sleep and I'll call you in a few minutes.
Exactly. And there's those people that in your life that when the connection is made, it's a deep connection. And that's exactly what I have found with you, Sony. And I want to recognize those that are coming in. We have our ambassador of the chat, Helene Wilson, one of my buddies. Let us rock in this day and enjoy it. Hello, buddies. Hello, buddies for life. Oh, we have Amy Morrison in the house. Love you, Amy. So happy to see you. Love it when this happens. And thank you for letting us know we are live on the E360 TV platform. As you guys know, I always get my phone out at this point because I'm letting you guys know there's an app on our smartphones. And most all of us have a smartphone these days. And so you can watch this show, also many other shows that are from our leadership and some of our sponsors now for the nonprofit that are on the E360 TV platform. I'm very proud to be a part of their organization and their lineup, because they really do look for heart-centered and purpose-driven type of shows. And I can all day long support that. So thank you so very much, Carol, one of our, actually my assistant producer for this show, and one of them for the big shows that we've been doing for the Tour of Love. And Helene is saying hello to you. We have Cinnamon, my dear. I'm so glad that you're here with us. Lovely Cinnamon. And so I know, isn't it? I mean, yeah. The very first time Cinnamon ever showed up, oh my goodness, Helene Wilson. Oh, she is so funny with her donuts lately. Her sense of humor is just incredible. And yet you get that one. And oh, Amy's joining in. Oh, we're going to have fun today. It's going to be a fun day, guys. And let me just give you a preview how fun it's going to be. Okay, look at this. I know. Need I say more? I mean, I absolutely just love the sense of humor that you and, well, let's just say, photographer Louis Las Vegas there with you.
And his Santa, he had to grow a beard for a play. And so full beard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let's take Santa pictures.
Oh, fun. And so you are actually right now playing a role. And, actually, I was going to talk about this later, but it's a perfect segue right now. So let's go ahead and talk about this. You are playing a Santa type role, aren't you?
I am. I'm playing. Well, I actually have 4 roles in this show. The first time you see me is Mrs. Santa Claus, and then the second time I'm a bag lady.
Okay. Yeah. Give me
I
a
talked
second.
to somebody last night, and they said that was their favorite role that I play.
Oh yeah. Let me bring that one up.
Yep. A bag lady, and then I'm just a general New Yorker, and then I'm a perfume sniper at Macy's. So this is in the play, or in the musical Elf, the musical. And it's a community theater production here in Melbourne, Florida. And we have 4 weekends. So this weekend, tonight, starts our third weekend. We'll have 4 shows. Next weekend, we have 5 shows. So 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. That's
love it. Yeah.
Don't have an emergency in the next 2 weekends, Tamara. That's all I can say.
Okay. Well, yeah. I will say this. And many people know this because we've been dealing with it with our she loves this perfume sniper. Okay, what's a perfume sniper?
When you go into, you used to go into department stores, and there was always some lady, Jungle Passion Fruit Spray.
Oh, got it. Okay. And it goes like in your face.
Jungle Passion Fruit Spray, fabulous.
Cool. Yeah. And so yeah, now I'm remembering it, and I'm ready to start sneezing at the thought. Yeah. Samples. Here we go. Yay! Woohoo! And in regards to the emergencies and stuff like that you're mentioning, and I do want to go into this at some point and get into the serious stuff, and that is the 36 hours that we just did for the Tour of Love. And those of you that have been under a rock maybe are not aware of the fact that we just completed 36 hours of the Groovy Show Tour of Love. And that's for next year. Let's see. But the Tour of Love for this year, and it was 36 individual hours that we put on. Well, during that 36 hours, and it was all to benefit and go for buddies and donations and such things. Somewhere during that time, our site decided to have some issues.
Gremlins.
And I had to say, Sony has been helping along with Tony and Preston and the full team. We're still working it out, guys. We still are working it out, and all is well. And in that, we're doing audits and making sure everything is great going into the end of the year, going into the new year for the 501c3. So, it all works out the way it's supposed to work out. Right, Sony?
That's absolutely right. And, I just want to say something about your Tour of Love is, yes, you did have a 36-hour event, but this Tour of Love is continuing.
Yes.
It is all about love and shining that love wherever it needs to go, right?
Yeah. Yes. In fact, we do have a show now that is on Sundays. And let's see here. It is the Tour of Love show on Sundays at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific on the E360 TV platform in the Positive Vibration area, Positive Vibration channel. And so we are so thrilled. The nonprofit that I co-founded and am the president of, we're so thrilled to finally find a home, because we've been courted, if you will, for a while by other groups. I love them. They're great. I have no problems with them at all. All of you guys know I love you. However, I needed to find a place, a home, where we felt like we were in the same lane, where we were in alignment, where that the heart was really what it was all about, and getting the purpose out there to the world. And we have found that home. And I want to shout out to the E360 TV family, and particular the president, Aaron Himes, because he now will be on our board of advisors for the nonprofit. Yes, that just we just had a meeting, and he actually said that he would welcome the opportunity because he believes in what we're doing so very much. And in the end, that's what it's all about. And it's all about the one. And I had this discussion today, Sony, with someone as I've been, getting it. And guys, we're still working on all of the finalization of the event, and all the work is still being done. I want everybody to know that we haven't let it go at all. We are in the midst of pulling it all together, and excitement of it going into this show. And so all the, if you will, teams that we've created, all of the assets that we have been working on, everything is going to be going forward so that we can raise the frequency of the world through love. And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. And what you did was so brilliant in that I just love technology. You know that about me. Wait, Napoleon Dynamite had a song back then. Anyway, I love technology. Anyway, but having these assets that people contributed, like the pre-recorded stuff, but also the live event that you recorded, and just being able, the beautiful thing is a lot of people cannot come live. And the beautiful thing about technology today and your particular skill in production is that you can put it together and reuse it and keep it going. So it's not just a one-time shot in the arm. It's like it rotates around, and when it's time, it's going to pop back up for that person, and then it's going to be shared out. And that's when you're doing the right thing, it appears, they say the prophet appears when the student is ready. Yeah. And that's exactly what happens. I didn't get to hear everything live because I was doing shows. So I'm like, I can't wait. Hurry up, get the next one out. So I'm really excited to see how this goes on and goes viral.
You and I both, and in fact, here's Poe, our director. He's also known as Skip Thomas. You know him as Skip Thomas. You've met him before as Skip Thomas. Yeah, he's now known as Poe. And so here's Poe. And Poe, we're working on stuff. Sony's been working with me the last couple of days, and we are deep into it. And to let you know, report back to my teams. And one way I can do it is through the show, because of the fact that we touch base. And that's one of the things I love about our teams also, is that they're all service driven. And so when you have a show like this and we're talking about inspiring stories, they're going to be very interested. Yes. In fact, okay, I'm going to now have to bring up some things here. Okay. You got a purple pen. So wait a minute. I got to play something here. So let me find it. And here we go.
I'm not sure what that meant. I just saw the comment, so I'm going with it. Okay, that must be an inside joke, but I just assume that she's getting a purple pen every single day.
She's always looking for a purple pen, and it's always been such a joke in our community. And since she's the first ambassador of the chat, oh, we are not looking for that no more. Okay. Yeah, right. She's so she's so funny. I love her. And that's what I love about a community too. And, and what you were talking about with assets and such, because we're going to be talking about this hour. And because you're really about, you are an entertainer, you're front and center. However, in truth, when it comes to business, you're behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very rarely up front. You're the one who keeps pushing me in front of a camera. Because when we were in Phoenix, you're like, I don't have a guest today. Come on.
Oh, in fact, okay, yes, okay, yeah, okay, memory. Actually, she's one of my dear friends, and we work together in a coalition. However, you're a buddy, aren't you?
I am.
This is Dr. Sony out of Cocoa Beach, Florida. I'm out of Southern California, and we're in Phoenix, Arizona today.
Met in the middle.
Yeah, we met in the middle because we have an important message for all of you. We are letting you know that we have an event coming in 38 days, right?
Wow.
38 days.
38 days.
And it's going to be a 36-hour streaming live event. Now, you come from the performing arts, don't you?
Do.
I mean, among the other things that you do. I mean, Dr. Sony, she actually deserves that because she's earned it. Good morning, everybody that's coming on with us. We've got Carol Brown, one of our co-producers from the event. Good to see you. And Vicki, how important it is, number one, to have someone there as a support buddy. Why don't you tell us about your experience, if you don't mind?
I don't mind at all. So last November, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and it was this huge tumor under her arm. It actually looked like a third boob. Sorry if I'm not allowed to say that, but that's the truth.
We talk boob and poop humor here. Humor, open heart, guys. Right? But that's not humorous. No. And that your mom is very important to you.
Oh,
right?
gosh, yeah. I had all kinds of questions, and the fact is, every chemo experience is different.
Our stand is it doesn't matter what treatment you decide to go for, because you need to go with what is going to work for you, be it traditional, alternative, or adjunctive. Right. Our stand is that you should be a part of a community. Right. You should have the love and support of those around you. Right. That was last year.
Blast from the past.
Yeah. And so it goes along with what you were saying about having an opportunity to visit, and a lot of people didn't know at that very time until we went live that day that you had been a buddy, that you had reached out, and sometimes people will even wonder what the buddies are that we have going on. And it can be whatever it is individually that someone needs for support. And you come from the world, your doctor, period, is a PhD. And your PhD, you've worked in the college system, you've worked with nonprofits, you've written grants, you've been around this area of what it is that we're doing for a while, right?
Yeah. My first real job was at a community college as a grants writer and business professor and fundraiser and lobbyist and strategic planner. And so I had about 10 years experience before I left the world of education. And so, yeah, it was funny because you and I were speaking about the 36 hours of giving. And I was like, well, what are you raising money for? And you're like, oh, for the program. I'm like, what though? Specifically, tell me what, because
right.
You know, you can't just go out and, otherwise you're going to be like the guy I just saw at the corner, with his plastic bucket saying, hey, give me money. No, people need to know why
Right.
They're giving. And, you know, I guess just because of my experience with that, that's not, you came from a different, the corporate world, and that's a little bit different. So, you know, you say, hey, I need this, and people give it to you. Whereas in the nonprofit world, you have to give them a reason. You give them a good reason, and they're all in.
And that's where you've been helping. You've been helping in so many different ways and positioning us and really diving deep. And I want to say that thank you to you for that, because it doesn't happen overnight, guys. None of this happens overnight. And some people are actually like, you've only been doing this for how long and you've gotten this far? And it's like, well, yes, however, that's every single day. And when you start to multiply all the people we have working within our teams, that's a lot of manpower hours. And this year you actually came into our team and helped as kind of an outside consultant coming in and working with us. What did you find? I would love for you to be able to, if you will, third party validate, because it's important for people to know what it is that we are doing with behind the scenes of the tour of love that benefits cb4l.org, chemobuddiesforlife.org.
So what I saw was everyone has a heart for the mission of CB4L. They have a passion to support anyone going through the cancer experience, whether it be directly or indirectly, like me with my mom, right? Everyone puts that first, and they are bringing 110%, 200%, whatever. They are all in support. This is like really unheard of. I don't know how you've created this culture of volunteers who show up fully. And that has impressed me so much. And the quality, I mean, like you've got Skip here. What? You know, and Gloria Grace Rand, who was working with him on that. And your graphic designer, for the life of me, I can't remember her name.
Brooke Curran and Christopher Kaysen and Teresa.
And, you know, even bringing in, what's his name? I just had it and it went, Crystal, her name.
Oh, yeah, MJ's Raven, and then we got Tony Aminetti.
And just everybody who just brought it all so that they could spread the love.
Yeah.
Everybody believes in this. We all need to be connected. And that's what I found is it's a viable nonprofit. One, that's it. And you are not spending money. You are putting a lot of your own money in. I know everybody who's involved is putting in their own money because they believe so much in being able to connect people and spread the love and expand.
Yes. And that's what we are preparing for 2021. And I want to recognize Dr. Sony Jackson in that, guys, she's something of my I don't want to say secret bullet or a silver bullet or whatever it may be, but you know, you need to have those people that show up at the right time and then engage also, because you have been watching on the getting to know it through us being we were both executive training directors with a program for a while, and we would come together and we would Airbnb it. We were roommates. And so you got
roommates most of the time.
So exactly. And so you got to see, you know, that I was, you know, I wasn't playing. If I wasn't working with the Speakers Pathway Coalition, I was working with our buddies, and you got to see all of that.
Yeah. How convicted you are. You know, you don't want to sleep because this is so big and so important. And yeah, I've witnessed that. Like you sleep maybe 4 hours a night or something crazy like that. And then you're off and running again.
Right. Take my naps.
This energy. And you say, because the world needs it.
Exactly. And you know, Skip is, or Poe. Poe. I gotta look at the picture. It gives me the clue. Which name am I using right now? Okay, Poe. Yes, thanks. Yeah, but yes, a cast of dozens of amazing people, plus the people who came on camera. Which, yes, that is a huge huge number when you start, because we're doing the audits right now. We're having to do some work. And I'm very engaged right now. My head has been down, guys, because, you know, when you do something this big, you need to make sure that everything was done properly and with integrity and follow through and such. And so, you know, taking all of those steps right now, and Sony's been helping a lot, and I appreciate that. And thank you for all you do, Dr. Sony. Welcome to the community. Yeah, absolutely. And see what your purple marker is doing for your chemo. Oh, I love you. I love you, Helene. And so with the fact that we've been positioning ourselves, and you've been putting me, because we've been working almost this whole year, and people didn't really even know it, because we were doing it kind of to prepare for that next year of the growth, because we needed the firm foundational pieces. And you've been really helping me to make sure that that takes place. We all need Sony Jacksons in our life. We all need someone like yourself, especially if you're going out there in such a huge way. And right now, I know that our group, with all said and done, with all the volunteers, all of the people that came online, all the people that were behind the scenes, everyone, we have a huge cast of characters, if you will, a huge number. And I know last year when I did the count, we were over 60. I have a feeling we're way over that this year, way over that. And yes, keeping us on our toes. We need that. And then we need to also be open and authentic when we, you know, when we notice something, like there was a glitch that we had right afterwards. I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I reported it, I recorded it, I took care of it. Now it's all taken care of. And that was well before I got a letter. It was because, you know, being on top of it, knowing that you need to stay up on top of all of your reporting, all of your credentials, all of the licenses, all of the everything to keep you viable. And if one thing is out of place, they can trip you up. And if you let it stay out of place for any period of time, it can be a problem long term. And you've been helping with that a lot. And I appreciate that. And yes, guys, I have been inviting her on the board a number of times. And yet she's like, I said, okay, unofficially, you're an advisor. And so, you know, and how does that feel, though, having that kind of experience and knowledge to be able to say, okay, this is working, this is not working, this needs some work, you know, whatever it may be, because we all need that. And that's what you do for so many companies, not just nonprofits, if you will. You work with a lot of entrepreneurs, you work with people all over the world.
Yeah. You know, it is knowing what you know. It's kind of like you, Tamara. You know what you know. And it doesn't even cross my mind to think, oh, I shouldn't say that. Because I do come with love. Like you've experienced it. And luckily you are open to receiving. And I usually do say, hey, are you ready for me to give you some
There's been a few days I'm like, okay, sure.
I know there was one Saturday morning we had planned a 3-hour work session and you hadn't slept. And I'm like, your thoughts were just so every which direction. And I was like, I can't work with this. I'm sorry. Like, you gotta go to bed.
I got ordered to take a nap, guys. Yes.
Or as she calls it, naps. She never actually sleeps like the rest of us. But I love that you're open to it. And, you know, what you haven't said is that we started out kind of not only as executive training directors, but we really intentionally came together this year to work on things together, almost as accountability buddies.
Yes, true.
And
Absolutely.
The beautiful thing is that you've brought a lot to me, to my attention about how things need to shift, but you also encourage. That is the one thing that I hear throughout your community is how encouraging you are. And it's so special to find somebody who's in a really great leadership role. You could be a hoity-toity, whatever. I got my own show and this and that and the other. But the fact is, very approachable, and you have this wisdom and you have connections that you can say, oh, hey, you know what? I know somebody who does that, and maybe they need some help, or maybe you need some of their help, and that kind of thing. And that's, both of us are connectors like that.
Right.
And I love that we can go, oh yeah, I know. And then it turns out we know a lot of the same people, although we live completely across the country from each other.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And in fact, talking about knowing some of the same people, here's some pictures from that. I love these. You know, it's just because we have fun when we're together, and that's one of the things too that I think is really important for people to understand. Fun is a good thing. Fun is good. Laughter is good. All of that is good. Too many people take ourselves a little too serious at times, and because there's a lot of serious stuff going on out there, so many serious things. And you know, I want to go lead into the fact that you joined us on Thanksgiving morning, and we ended up getting prepared to get ready for the 36-hour event that was taking place on Monday, Cyber Monday. We were going live, and we were recording this. We had written it, Crystal Richardson and Julie Christopher, Juju, pictured here with the hat, and myself. The three of us had co-written a song, and Crystal was producing it. Usually Poe did for us, but we had him really so busy. And so you joined us for some fun. Yeah. And I'm gonna share how this all came together, because this is where also when you can bring people together that are working for a cause, and they're working really hard and diligently, and then you can say, okay, let's kind of like put our hair down, let's do something fun, let's giggle, let's laugh. We had a lot of fun, didn't we?
We absolutely did.
Okay, guys, this is what is the results of it. And this was our opening number for the Tour of Love.
That was awesome.
It's the first time you've seen it, right?
It is. That was great. Great job, Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal put it together. And shout out to Victor Orlando for doing the percussion. In fact, Victor, we are on we really are trying to get Victor to 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. And please support him and his music at his website also, Victor Orlando Show.com. He is amazing. He's the one that was having a lot of fun with the, look. And then Brian Thompson at the end, our wow. Ode to Kitty G. He's a child prodigy that is, guys, he on YouTube, he's one of those kind of amazing viral people that gets millions of hits and such things like this. And yet he's just a dear, dear friend, and called him and he was like, yeah, I'll do this. And wasn't that incredible? Unbelievable. I want to say hello to everybody that's here. With Purple Dog, crazy stuff. Fun. Gloria, so happy you're here, my dear. We've got Mark Steven Pooler out of the UK. Yes, we made, Mark, truthful, Sony helped me to get some of the stuff to you the other day. Thank you, Sony, for that. She pulled a service hero thing for me. Yes, and Amy Morrison, love you. Keeping you on the tips. Yeah, Victor Orlando 1 for YouTube. Now, I want to shout out to a few people, but before that, there's one more fun. Okay, I just got to show this, and then we're going to talk about it because it's hilarious.
Oh.
Hey, Cha-Cha. This is Louie in Las Vegas, your roving reporter, reporting live from the Tour of Love. Be around me. What do you get when you cross a gorilla with a news anchor? A harrying reason. Two ships collided the other day. One was carrying a load of red paint, and the other a load of blue paint. All the passengers were maroon.
Yeah, guys, wink, wink. Did you recognize the personality there? Okay, yeah, let me show some pictures here one more time. Yes. Okay. Clue, here we go. Gotta love Louie Las Vegas.
I know people.
You know people, and they know people. Wink, wink. You gotta wonder about the people that they know.
He's the one who got me this dress.
I love it. Your Santa pickle with Santa hats. I love it. And all of this is good fun for a movement that has a heart and really has a purpose. And we talked about it in the psalm: humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love. We are one. We are love. We are hope. We are the ones to change the world with our hearts. Thus, the tour of love. And we are stronger. We are stronger together. And the song, an anthem, if you will, an anthem to say that we together can help to raise the frequency and that we together can make a difference. And I was having this discussion with someone today in regards to the fact that in having this show, Service Heroes, and highlighting so many people that are doing so many amazing things out there. And yes, I've been highlighting back to the Tour of Love and to the nonprofit recently because of this time of year and everything. But typically, this show highlights a lot of people doing a lot of things that are unrelated. Yet they are always related because when we're serving each other and we're helping each other to heal through the connection and to be healthier and everything, we have such a better chance to start eradicating and kicking the power of cancer to the curb and saying, you're out of here. The buddies are around, the buddies are in town, and we're going to change the way things are done. That's huge. And this is where you as you have more of, if you will, the scientific brain. You're very much into the wordsmithing. You are someone that understands technology. You are someone that can get in. You have an amazing skill set in that you speak Tamara, and yet you speak computer stuff. You do both, and you help me to stay out of the weeds, yet to get detailed where I need to go. And that's a unique set of skills. So you have an overall arching experience. Then now with the personal experience you've had, you can see how, and you work with people from all over the world. You work with a team of international people, right? And you're on the phone with them every week, and work closely with them. We really can do this, right? Going into 2021, we can do this, make a difference.
Absolutely. And that impact is just a click away, really.
It's true. It's true. And it does take the focus, and it does take the attention, and it takes a variety of different types of people. And you've gotten to know a lot of the different people on the teams, because there are multiple teams that work within our nonprofit. Again, all volunteers, and these team members have a lot of different types of skill sets. We have those that are like Gloria Grace Rand, that come from PBS and network TV and production background, and then Skip
and
with
she's an amazing copywriter.
Yes, right, exactly.
And she's got a great podcast of her own. It's really, and it's all heart-centered. That's the beautiful thing. Everybody that I've met is very heart-centered.
Yes, absolutely. And here you are, Chemo Buddy. Now you can see purple in your dreams, as I have, and I love that. And how beautiful is that, and inspiring is that, because our dreams do have something to do with things. I want to bring up an image that someone sent to me today. Always you are braver than you than you believe, stronger than than you seem, smarter than you think, and more beautiful than good than you've ever imagined. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to shout out to Jamie Zalewski. I think I'm saying this correctly. Jamie Zalewski contacted us recently at the Buddies and our nonprofit, and she gifted and wanted to gift these wigs to some of our buddies, of which we now, and I'm not going to be mentioning names who, however, there were 2 people that were found that that it would be appropriate for them, and it would be a really, in everything that Jamie had asked for the donation for us to gift. And so we have now found that, and there's one more. So what Jamie, this one here. So isn't that gorgeous? So what? Yes, they all are. They all are. And so this one, what she wanted to do was to have like a fun game around it, about what I just shared with the words: braver, stronger, smarter, beautiful, and comments from buddies. And you can join our buddies to qualify for this. She wants people that are members of our closed group and have gone to join on the website, of which we're going to make sure that you can make sure that it's up and running again, and that then to write a comment about how you can be braver, stronger, smarter, and feel beautiful. You may not feel that way right now, and that's okay. That is okay. However, with people like Jamie coming to us and others that are coming to us, we have some now that have gifted through donations for only this particular need or for that, and that is starting to happen. And that is what we're stewards of, is to make sure that those that are affected, because we know our community, those that are affected are being served. And it takes a thank you also to those that have a huge heart And Jamie, you do. And I want to personally say you are gracious and beautiful of your spirit and soul. And the gift is being so well received by those that have been found. And so isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely. It really is. With my mom's journey, she did lose her hair. And, my mom is so full of life. I don't know where I get it, but, she's 5'2" of energy and beauty and love, and she's just fun. My mom is your stereotypical elementary school teacher, music kind of people and big drama. And I wonder where I get it, right? So I don't know, about 2 weeks after her first treatment, her hair started coming out. Mm-hmm. So she ran down and had it shaved, into a cute little pixie. And that's great. And then she just always looked good. And so it was really easy to pretend that it wasn't really real. I mean, it was easy. We are just positive people, and we believe that she would heal no matter what. Right. And it was very easy when she looked healthy. Right. But we went wig shopping together. And when she took off her scarf, that's when it hit home to me. Yeah. And so, and she would look in the mirror and go, oh my goodness. And so the wigs are some people, great. They can live without them. That's awesome. More power to you. And I actually offered to shave my head, and she's like, please don't. Yeah. I don't want to look at my head. I don't want to look at your head. So that's just the way my family happens to be. And she got this gorgeous wig, and I'm like, I'm a little bit jealous that every single time I see you, your hair is perfect. And her oncologist is like, Peggy, you look so good. And I'm sure that helped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The mindset, in fact, I was one of those ones that I just didn't wear a wig, guys. I didn't. Not everybody does. I didn't. When I finally could get out of my solitary confinement, I did go around bald. And I was fine with it. It didn't affect me at all. However, that is not usually the case. And one of the reasons we actually started the nonprofit, it was because of this particular issue. It's a subset to it. However, my nurses actually said that there were a couple of people that actually had told them, adults that had told them that they would almost bypass treatment because they didn't want to lose their hair, even though they knew that meant that they most likely would lose their life. Yeah. And it, again, we don't take a stand on treatment at the nonprofit. And so, there's a lot of treatments out there that you don't lose your hair, and that can be very effective if you believe in them. And, that I have witnessed so many miracles. I truly have. However, with that said, it is important to feel that, like what Jamie sent me, because this was from Jamie today, and I loved it. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and more beautiful than you've ever imagined, more beautiful than you've ever imagined. And that goes so far. And I will tell you that the two that are the recipients, I noticed an immediate shift in energy and in attitude and just general showing up when they were gifted this. And there's more gifts that I want to be able to do for our buddies. There are so many more. And if anybody has gifts that they would like to do for like holiday presents and gifts and gift cards or anything like that, we will make sure that they immediately go out to buddies. We will allow, should the buddy allow it, that we will have it go direct, or we will find a way. And so that it is validated, you will know for sure that the people ended up with it, because we do serve the community that we say we serve. We actually do. And we are making a difference. And the external people that have volunteered with us, the reason that they stay is because they get to know our community. And then they actually then realize that they are a part of the community, because many, and you've been around and you've actually talked to people that have had these aha moments. There are many of the volunteers that have actually had ahas from volunteering. When they came to help others, then they realized that they were even served themselves so much more than they ever thought they would be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. And it's interesting because, I think you're going to have Emilio on sometime soon.
Yes.
And he talks about spiritual fitness and whatever, but his 3 tenets are gratitude, forgiveness, and service.
Yes.
Those
Yes.
are the pillars of healing.
Yes. So true. So true. And in fact, pillars of healing, I want to bring this up too. There's a short little clip, and I want to then preface it afterwards. And here we go.
Oh.
Yes. One of the hours when we were live for the 36 hours, there was one of the lead singers for the, if you will, retro band, I guess, or the anthology band that Larry Dunn has for his time with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then his own music and his wife's music, Louisa, a beautiful woman. The two of them, amazing people. And yet, one of their lead singer, P or PB, his son unexpectedly passed, and they came on because they're still trying to come up with funeral expenses. It's not easy to do, and people think sometimes when you're in entertainment and everything that, oh yes, everything is just hunky-dory, and you can attest to this, I'm sure, is that many times, you are struggling just as much as others, and anything unexpected like this can really do something. Well, the story behind the story is even more incredible. And let's just say this, that if anybody can help with this GoFundMe, you can go directly to the LarryDunnMusic.com page, and it is on the landing page, the GoFundMe. And so I wanted to bring that up because, again, it's really important that we as a community, and this is Service Hero Show, that we can all be the service hero that we are inside, and we can be supporting each other in our times of need. And sometimes we need to ask. We need to ask when there no, unless you ask, sometimes people will not be aware. And so if anybody can help, I am asking in behalf of this particular wonderful man that at some point we're going to be sharing the story, and I'm still speechless when it comes to everything that has happened in this man's life just recently. It's a story that he needs a lot of love. Let's just say that he needs a lot of love, because we want to help him to get his voice back. And I'm bringing that full circle because I had shared that you help a lot of people. As we start to bring it all together, you have a way of being able to bring out what is in someone's heart and why it is that they're doing something. Like you knew Emilio, you know my mission, others, because you know how to ask these questions, and then you can Dr. Sony it into a professional way that it goes out into the business world where it's like, wow, that sounds good. And yeah, that's incredible. I mean, guys, the verbiage on my TamaraL100.com page, courtesy of Dr. Sony Jackson. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I've been blessed. I have been blessed. And, I've talked about my mom, and my dad is absolutely amazing as well, but he is on the other end of the spectrum and brain. So he's your typical Army colonel in finance. So he passed a CPA test like when he was 22. He's an amazing man, but he's kind of like the extreme opposite of my mom. And so growing up, I had to learn to listen to them both to be able to connect. And my family calls me the translator.
Yeah.
And so I've just apparently always studied how people communicate and how to bridge that gap, because that is so important to me, to make sure that people are coming together.
Yes.
And that they understand one another. And usually people with these big visions have such big visions, and they know what they're saying, but a lot of us that are just grounded here on earth don't understand what it means. and so so
it's good to have a translator in your team, and you have become that translator. Thank you.
Well, thank you for letting me have the opportunity, really.
So how can people get a hold of you? Because I know that we are at the top of the hour, and thank you. And we're going to be bringing Dr. Sony back on again in the new year, because she's going to help to translate a lot of the stuff that's going on for this next year, because a lot of really great stuff is around the corner. So how can people get a hold of you?
Probably the easiest thing is SonyJackson.com. I mean,
Yeah,
it's easy to spell name, right? Otherwise, it's Marketing Tools for Coaches. I'm out there everywhere. But if you go to that website, you can get a couple free downloads if you're interested in marketing and, getting your message out. Just go on there. I'm happy to have a discussion with you and see what your next step is, whether it be with me or anyone else. Luckily, I have a great network. And I just, you know what? Go over here. They have the perfect thing for you.
And I will validate.
I'm not ashamed to do that.
Yeah, and I'm going to validate that, because some people say that, but they don't always do that. I know this about Dr. Sony Jackson. Her integrity level is huge, and that's one of the reasons I work so closely with her, because that's important to me. And so I feel as though I can completely put my name on the line when it comes to, if you want to check it out, she is someone you can safely do that with, and she will do exactly what she just shared. Thank you for being here today. Love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
All right.
All.
Great things. Yes, great things around the corner.
Thank you all.
Bye, Miss Anna.
Wait. We had one name you missed earlier. Helene said hello. No, Carol said hello. It was an unusual name that I thought was amazing.
Oh, Emilio?
Ermilo?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we got to go, though, because we're going to be too late. Okay, bye. Love you.
Love you.